Hey everyone, welcome back to the Guppy Garage. So today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be adding a part 2 to my friend Trent Weldon's video on easy plants. And my video is going to be focusing on the substrate for these easy plants. What I've been doing is over the last month, I've been running this tank right here. And I'm going to show you guys kind of what I've been doing in that tank. It's a 20-gallon long, running a Nicro and a Fluval, I want to say planted light on there as well. So what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be showing you guys what I've got in there, how I've got it set up, and kind of what the best substrate is for easy plants.
What's up YouTube? I'm Trent Weldon. Welcome back to the channel. So in my live stream that I did with GUPPYGURU and Bay Area Aquatics, a question that came up is, what are some easy plants to grow? So today, I wanted to kind of take that opportunity and talk to you about where I get my plants and what are some of my favorite plants that are actually very easy to grow. And I thought it was a perfect opportunity to kind of show you what are my favorite plants as well as what I think are some really easy plants to actually grow. And fortunately, Michael with Bay Area Aquatics agreed to chip in for this video, so we will be hearing from Michael as well on what his favorite plants are. And Peter with GUPPYGURU, he's working on something behind the scenes of this video, so there's going to be, this is the collaboration we came up with, so you're going to hear from myself and Michael, and then you'll have to go over to GUPPYGURU's channel when he releases his video on actually talking about substrate. Now,
okay, so now we're sitting here next to the 20-gallon long. I can talk a little bit more about what we did here. So what I did was I took this 20 long, I separated it into 3 different sections, and I planted it exactly the same in all 3 sections. I did with really, really easy plants as well. So I put in some jungle val, some dwarf hairgrass, put in some rotala, and then I put in a couple just Java ferns floating in here just so that I had some space for them and I didn't know where else to put them. And then I've also got in this tank some Pogostemus stellatus octopus. It's a very hard word, I have to always remember it. So that's pretty much all that's in this tank at the moment. What I did was I started with 3 or 4 shoots of the jungle val, 1 or 2 of the Pogostemus stellatus octopus, I think it was 1, and then I think I did 4 of the rotala in each section. And what I wanted to do is I really wanted to see which aquarium substrate would be the best. Also very cheap. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to look at the different price comparison and then the growth rate for each of these. So this, like I said, has been running for about a month. And I've been fertilizing it with the Easy Green once a week. And I think it's been doing really, really, really well. So also I'll talk about the stocking in this tank. So currently I have some orange wags in here, some platies. I also have some blue tuxedo koi guppies. And I have 2 pair of clown killies in this tank. So not really heavily stocked, but I really did like this stocking. The orange really contrasted really nicely with the green of the plants. So I thought that was a really good stocking choice for this tank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn you guys around and we're going to look at each section individually. And I'm going to let you guys in the comments decide on which section won. I personally have an opinion on which one won, but I really want to see what you guys' opinion is as well. And then what I'll do is I'll maybe do an update video on this after another month so that we can see even how much more growth it has. And I haven't touched this tank. All I've done is the water changes and the fertilization. I haven't done anything else. I did change out the filters. I put in sponge instead of hang-on backs. The hang-on backs were just causing too much splashing, and I didn't really like the noise. So I went back to a sponge so I can sit next to it and it be really quiet. So as far as like maintenance goes, I didn't do a whole lot to this tank, which I really also like. So let me turn you guys around and I'll show you guys each section and the growth that we had. Okay, so let's start with the furthest left over here, which is sand. So I got this is just play sand from Home Depot, so a very cheap substrate option. As you can see, we have some very dramatic growth on this section. The jungle val has actually crept itself all the way to the front, and the dwarf hairgrass, which was planted right there, has actually spread all the way to the front of the tank here as well. So we have a lot of growth in this section. We also do have some of the algae growing on here, and like I said, I haven't done any real maintenance or scaping to this. I've just let it grow. I wanted to see how it would do. Also, the Pogostemus stellatus octopus has gone crazy in the sand section, which I was very surprised about. I thought it would maybe choke out since it is a root plant. And the rotala's done really well. It's actually done very, very well. It was very small in this section and it's done really well. And then the valve across the whole back has done really well too. So let me turn you guys to the side here. And you can see how this jungle valve has really sent out runners, and it's traveled all the way from the back to the very front of this side of the tank. Very, very good growth in the sand section. So let's move on to the regular black aquarium gravel. I got this from Petco. It's the Imaginarium, and I think it's also done very well as being a cheap substrate. So as you can see, the jungle valve has grown quite a bit. The Rotala is doing very well too. There's a couple shoots. This is actually, I think, the tallest shoot of the Rotala in the whole tank, as you can see. So quite a lot of growth in that. The dwarf hairgrass, however, has not sent out quite as much as the other substrates has. So not a whole lot of spreading from the dwarf hairgrass. As you can see, like in the sand section, it's really expanded itself, almost covering the whole front section here with roots, where this hasn't really done that quite yet. It has sent out some a little bit further back, but other than that, not a whole lot of traveling on that section. And then we get over here to the planted tank eco-complete substrate. So this one, as you can tell, is definitely the most grown looking out of all three of the sections. It is the largest as well, but like I said, I planted everything exactly the same, so nothing was really getting an advantage. But the dwarf hairgrass in this section is going crazy. It is actually growing all the way up into the front. As you can see, all the roots have gone out all over the place. It's growing way in the back. It's doing very good. One other thing I needed to point out in the gravel section is the Pogostemon Stolus octopus that I planted there actually died out and just floated away. So that is the one plant in here that did not make it. It did incredible in the sand. It did not do well in here, and it is doing okay in the planted tank substrate. So I'll show you guys an original photo from when I planted this too, so you can see the before and after. But I think the growth in this is going really, really well too. The jungle valve in this section is going absolutely crazy. It's almost circled the whole entire section. So it's done really, really well. The Rotala is also doing very well in this as well. It's got quite a lot of growth out of this one and some really long shoots coming into those. far as a planted tank substrate goes, I think these three are very good options. I think these are the most common substrates that you're possibly going to find in either an aquarium store, your local fish store, or just even at like a Home Depot. You can find a lot of this, except for the planted tank substrate. You can get the gravel and the sand at Home Depot. I got the sand at Home Depot. It is just the natural play sand. But I think it came out really, really great. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hopefully you guys can see a big difference in which one won, just like I can. I honestly think that the planted tank substrate is doing the best at this moment, but I don't know if it's going to lose its like fertilization properties or its planted properties over time, and the aquarium gravel will gain more just because it has more area that the debris can settle in and the nutrients can settle in, or if the sand is going to do better over the long run. So only time will tell on that, but we're going to keep this experiment running. But I want to know in the comments which one you guys think is the best for your current tank that you're doing. Please be sure to go on over to Well Done Tanks and check out his channel. He has a video that's kind of goes along with this one, talking about easy aquarium plants. I think it came out really great. He really talks about a lot of good qualities of certain plants compared to others. And I think this is just a really good addition to that same series that we're doing all together. So hopefully this helps you guys a little bit. Let me know in the comments what you guys think as far as which one won, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.